When I entered from my middle school to the high school, the first day, in the high school they used to have a prayer in the beginning. It was a very famous song of Mirza Iqbal, who was one of the greatest Urdu poets of this age. As far as the language is concerned, it is certainly a great piece of art. But the philosophy behind it is ugly. The song says, "My country, my nation is the best of all the nations. My country is a beautiful garden, and we are nightingales in this garden." And that way it goes on. I said to the principal, who was standing in front, 2,000 students, 50 teachers, that I will not participate in this prayer, because to me this is absolute rubbish. Every country thinks itself in the same way. And every country has its ego in it. You ask the Chinese, you ask the Japanese, you ask the Germans, you ask the English, you ask anybody. They all think. So what Iqbal has written is simply rubbish as far as the philosophical background is concerned. And I am against the very concept of nation. The world is one. I cannot say this, that my country is the best of all the countries. And I don't see even the reason. It is not only that I am against nationalism, it is untrue too. Because what do you have? Poverty, slavery, starvation, sicknesses, increasing population and increasing problems. And you call this is our garden and we are its nightingales. I don't see a single nightingale anywhere. These 50 teachers are here. Can anybody raise his hand and say that I am a nightingale? Let him sing and let us see. These 2000 students are here. Can anyone say, look at these poor students, and they used to come from faraway villages, miles every day, because there was no other high school except this for at least 20-mile radius around the city. They walk, they come utterly tired, they are hungry, and I have seen what they bring with them, just dry breads, not even butter with it, and a little pieces of salt. That's all that they bring every day. Every day they eat. These are your trees. This is your garden. So factually also it is not right. And I don't care whether Iqbal is a Nobel Prize winner poet. I don't care. That does not make me feel like singing this song. Every day uttering a lie. The principal was so annoyed and so irritated that he could not speak in anger. He became almost red. Trembling, he went into his office and brought his cane, which was very famous, but he rarely used it. And he told me to put my both hands in front of him. And he said, this is my answer. And remember it. I said, these are my hands. You can beat my hands or my whole body if you want. But before you start, remember that from here I am going directly to the police station. Because it is legally prohibited. You and your cane both will be behind the bars. It was illegal to beat any student. But nobody cared. Still today in India, students are beaten. And the law has existed for at least 50 years that students should not be physically beaten. So I said, you decide, these are my hands, this is your cane, you are here. And remember, these 2,000 students are eyewitnesses, 50 teachers are eyewitnesses, and you will leave your signature on my hands. You leave. If you have any guts, you beat me. I could remember even today that he remained almost like a statue. The cane fell from his hands. He just turned back, went into his office, and I told all the students that now you need not be worried. We are finished with this song. Unless they find something reasonable, we will simply be standing here for 10 minutes in silence. Now, do you call it mischief? It can be called mischief. It was mischief in the eyes of my principal. He reported to my father that I have misbehaved. I told my father that you have to come with me. He has misbehaved. He should have answered me that I was wrong. He should have convinced me that the song is right. Instead of that, he brought his cane to beat me. Is that an argument? Is that the right behavior? Who has done the mischief, he or me? And then he has no guts even to beat. I had given him the challenge. My hands were before him, and I was ready to take as many beating as he wanted. But I had told him that I will go directly to the police station, which is not far away from the high school, and soon you will be behind the bars, because this is illegal. Now, who has misbehaved? My father said, forget about it. I said, I cannot forget about it. You have to come with me. It has to be decided, because the man has some nerve to tell you that I was mischievous, that I was misbehaving, that I insulted him before the whole school, all the teachers, all the students. You have to come with me. Now my father said, you forgive me. Perhaps you are right. I said, no, perhaps. If you don't come with me, I will drag that principal here. So I had to take my father, and he had to follow, persuading me all the way that leave it. It is not such a big thing. He simply mentioned, by the way, that you misbehave. I said, that is not the question. He has to say it before me. This is backbiting. He is mischievous. And when the principal saw I am coming with my father, he became again afraid that some more trouble, it seems, there. And I said to him that now you tell to my father what I have done and what you have done. Saying behind my back to my father that I have been misbehaving, doing mischief, insulting you before the whole school. Repeat it, because I don't agree with anything. You have insulted me by not answering my argument. Not only that, you wanted to beat me. Not only that, you are a coward. You could not even beat me. Now this is very slimy, that you go around and tell to my father. You prove it, that was a mischief. In fact, all the nations who have been proclaiming themselves the best in the world are mischievous. Their mischief has counted millions of lives. The whole history is full of that. And still we go on doing it the same thing. And small children are being told to repeat every day something which is absolutely nonsense. And unrealistic too. There is no fact supporting it. A country which has been for 2000 years a slave cannot say that in the whole world we are the best. Best slaves are what? A country which is 90% poor. One meal is difficult. There are days millions of people in India sleep only by drinking water, just to keep the feeling that the stomach is full. This is the best country in the world. Whom you are trying to befool, these children will become conditioned to the idea. This is a strategy of the politicians, that tomorrow these children will become soldiers and they will die for the best country of the world, not even knowing that this is not true. And even if it is factual, then too it is egoistic and it should not be a prayer. Accepted just for the argument that it is true, that one country is the best in the world, richest, well educated, well cultured, has everything that is needed. So all the facts support it. Still I say such a prayer is wrong. Because a prayer should not be ego fulfilling. A prayer should be ego destroying.